My name is Dr. Abyss, and everything you hear or read here must remain here. This is not a story for the faint of heart or the rigidly skeptical. It's a tale of blurred lines between myth and reality, and the dangerous truths hidden in ancient artifacts. When I received the invitation from Elias Venturo, I was hesitant. A famed collector of rare artifacts, Venturo had earned his reputation as a cynic, a man who dismissed every legend and mystic claim with cold scientific precision. Yet his letter betrayed desperation. Dabis, I need your expertise. There is an object in my possession that defies explanation, a Mayan ceremonial mask, said to grant visions of the gods. I used to laugh at such tales, but now I am plagued by visions. Dreams of a world not my own, and a voice speaking in a language beyond comprehension. This is not some artifact for display. It's something more. Come, I'll compensate you handsomely, but more importantly, I think you will want to see this for yourself. Curiosity is my curse. Within days, I found myself standing at the threshold of Venturo's sprawling mansion, surrounded by artifacts from every corner of the world. He greeted me with hollow eyes and a nervous energy that belied his usual confidence. Dr. Abyss, thank you for coming, he said, his voice unsteady. I wouldn't have called you if it weren't serious. Please follow me. He led me to a private study where the mask rested under glass. It was a masterpiece of Mayan craftsmanship, with intricate carvings and an aura of ancient power. The face was elongated, the eyes hollow yet somehow watchful. But it was the material, a shimmering alloy I couldn't immediately identify, that caught my attention. It's beautiful, I murmured, leaning closer. Where did you acquire it? An auction in Guatemala, he replied. The seller claimed it was used in rituals to summon Chak, the Mayan god of thunder. I thought it was nonsense until I put it on. His voice wavered. I've been seeing things, visions of pyramids, rituals, and a being. And then there's the language. It's not Mayan. I've studied the dialects. It's something else entirely. You're sure it's not a hallucination? I asked, already suspecting otherwise. Try it, he said, his eyes locking onto mine. You'll see. I hesitated. Donning such artifacts was a risk, yet, as always, my curiosity won. Venturo unlocked the glass case, and I lifted the mask with trembling hands. The moment it touched my face, the world shifted. Darkness enveloped me, punctuated by flashes of light. I was no longer in the study, but standing at the base of a colossal Mayan pyramid. The air was heavy with the scent of incense and the metallic tang of approaching rain. A crowd chanted in unison, their voices blending into a low, resonant hum that seemed to vibrate in my chest. Above us, the sky churned with storm clouds. Lightning split the heavens as a figure emerged atop the pyramid. Chak. His presence was undeniable. Towering and radiant, he wielded a staff that crackled with energy. His eyes glowed with an intensity that seemed to pierce my very soul. The crowd dropped to their knees, their chants turning to cries of reverence and fear. This was no ordinary vision. It was as though I were there, an unseen observer of an ancient ritual. Symbols etched into the pyramid's surface began to glow, pulsating in time with the thunderous rhythm of the storm. Priests in ceremonial attire approached Chak, raising their arms in supplication. One by one, they placed similar masks over their faces, their expressions obscured, but their movements synchronized, as if guided by an unseen force. I told you, Venturo's voice echoed faintly in the background. It's mystical. The vision shifted. I saw other pyramids, other rituals, the faces of those who wore the masks blurred, their identities lost to time. Yet their voices, their thoughts lingered, overlapping in a cacophony of awe and dread. And then it was gone. I was back in the study, the mask in my hands, my heart pounding. What did you see? Venturo asked, his voice urgent. I hesitated. A ritual, the god Chak appeared. His eyes widened. You see, it's real. The mask connects us to the divine. But I wasn't convinced. Mystical or not, there was something deeply unnatural about the experience. I needed answers, and science was my only ally. Days turned into weeks as I studied the mask. Its material defied classification, an alloy of terrestrial and extraterrestrial elements. Microscopic analysis revealed circuitry so intricate it bordered on biological. This was no mere ceremonial artifact. It was technology advanced beyond anything I had ever encountered. Venturo grew impatient. You're overcomplicating this, he snapped. It's a window to the divine. Why can't you accept that? Because belief doesn't explain how it works, I countered. and I'm getting closer to the truth. The breakthrough came when I activated a hidden mechanism within the mask. It emitted a low hum, and suddenly my mind was flooded with images. Not just of Mayan rituals, but of countless others who had worn the mask. Their thoughts, their fears, they're all imprinted within the device. The mask wasn't a conduit to the gods. It was a recorder, capturing and replaying the experiences of its users. And then there was the language. What Venturo had dismissed as divine utterances was in fact a complex code. With time, I deciphered fragments. It spoke of travelers from the stars, beings who had visited Earth millennia ago, posing as gods to guide or manipulate human civilization. When I shared my findings with Venturo, he was incredulous. "You're saying the gods were aliens? That the mask is some kind of machine?" "Exactly," I replied. "The visions you saw were not mystical. They were memories left by those who came before us. Chak wasn't a god. He was one of them." Before he could respond, the door to the study burst open. A group of men and women, dressed in the unmistakable black suits of Purple Lagoon operatives, entered with practiced efficiency. "Dr. Abyss," their leader said, his tone neutral but commanding, "we'll be taking the artifact now. Your cooperation is appreciated." Venturo protested, but it was futile. Within minutes, the mask was secured and the operatives were gone, leaving us in stunned silence. I left Venturo's mansion feeling hollow. The mask's secrets were far from fully uncovered, and I knew they would haunt me. Yet, as I walked away, I couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. Each time I confront such darkness, a piece of it stays with me, burrowing into my mind like a parasite. The lines between discovery and madness blur further with every step I take. How many more secrets can I uncover before I lose myself entirely? And so my search continues.